Hello, good morning dear students. So today we will be starting the lesson 7 of ICSE chemistry, that is study of gas law. In this lesson we will be studying about the behavior of gases under the changes of temperature and pressure, and then we will be explaining the term of molecular motion. We will be studying two laws here, that is Boyle's law and Charles' law, and you will be updated with some new terms, that is absolute zero, gas equation, Kelvin scale, and so on. You all know the state of matter in which interparticular attraction is weak and interparticular space is large and the particles are free to move is known as gas. So, these are the properties of gases, that molecules have lot of space between them, that is intermolecular space is large, low density because molecules are far apart from each other. So, they fill up the entire space which is available to them, and then because they have spaces between them, they are easily compressible. So, gases are compressible, but solids and liquids are not compressible. There is no attractive force between the gas molecule, and that is why they can move freely. And because of these properties of gases, they have variable volume and shape. They do not have definite shape and definite volume because the particles are far apart and moving in all possible direction at all possible speeds. The molecules are very small, and thus then we should understand that all gases will show uniform behavior under similar condition of temperature, pressure, irrespective of their chemical nature, color or odor. So, that means these conditions, that is volume, pressure, temperature and the number of moles, that is mass of the gas, are interrelated, and all gases showed similar behavior, that is uniform behavior under similar condition of these conditions, that is volume, temperature and pressure. Then the next property is that gases exert pressure in all directions, because the particles are moving and they are colliding with each other, as you can see in the dramatic representation here. The particles are colliding with each other and through the wall of the container also, and jumping back, and that is why they are putting pressure on the wall of container, because these collisions exert pressure on the wall. And it has been found that at a given temperature, time and area, the same number of molecules of gas strike against the wall of the container. That means the gases exert pressure in all direction, which is similar. So, on this wall also the amount of pressure which is exerted is similar to this wall and to this wall and to this wall. That means they exert pressure, that is uniform pressure. Then the next property is compressibility of gas. As you know, there is a lot of space between each particle in gases. This accounts for high compressibility. On applying pressure, the molecules come closer and changes into liquid. Applying more pressure, they will come more close and become solid. So, that is why gases can be easily squeezed together. Then gases diffuse. This is the next property, that gases diffuse. And what is diffusion? When there is a movement in particles, as you all know, the matter is in constant motion, the particles of matter are in constant motion. So, this allows them to spread out and mix with other particles. For example, the smell of aftershave or perfume diffuses and can be detected by people on the other side of the room. So, what is diffusion? They can occur in liquid and gases, but they are hardly in solids, and diffusion happens more quickly for gases than for liquid, and diffusion happens more quickly at warm temperature than the cooler temperature, because at warm temperature the movement of particle is more, and diffusion is the intermixing due to this movement. And what is exactly happening here in diffusion? That the interparticle spaces are large. You can see these interparticle spaces are there. When two gases are brought in contact with each other, the molecules will occupy the empty space in such a manner that a homogeneous gaseous mixture is formed. So, what is diffusion? It is the process of gradual mixing of two substances which is kept in contact by molecular motion, because these particles are moving. So, they will just go and mix with and occupy space here, and thus making a homogeneous mixture, and this happened because of molecular motion. Then gases can be liquefied. That means when you cool the gas, the kinetic energy of the molecules is reduced, and when you apply pressure on this cooled gas, they will come more close together and they will convert into liquid. Now we will understand the next topic, that is molecular motion, and this molecular motion is directly proportional to the kinetic energy. So according to the kinetic model, particles of a substance are in constant random motion. You can see here constant random motion, and that is why they possess kinetic energy. Because of that motion they have kinetic energy, and as you increase the kinetic energy, so the average kinetic energy is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. अभी हम खाली टेम्परेचर समझ लेते हैं, बाद में एब्सोल्यूट समझ लेंगे. सो काइनेटिक एनर्जी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू टेम्परेचर. एज यू इंक्रीज द टेम्परेचर, the kinetic energy also increases. Why? Because the movement of particle increases, because the motion increases, and kinetic energy is what? Energy related to motion. So when you increase the temperature, the kinetic energy also increases. So when you increase the temperature, the movement increases, and when you decrease the temperature, the movement decreases. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जब टेम्परेचर आप अगर ज़ीरो कर देंगे, if you make this temperature zero, then kinetic energy will also become zero. इसका मतलब कि kinetic energy zero हो जाएगी, यानी कि molecular motion बिल्कुल stop हो जाएगा. So molecular motion will cease, and this is only a theoretical concept, because till now this temperature is not reached for the gases, because all gases either liquefy or solidify before reaching this temperature. So this zero, which is a theoretical concept, this fact which is applied in defining the scale of temperature called Kelvin scale, and the zero is known as absolute temperature or absolute zero or zero Kelvin. And what is this temperature? This temperature is that the molecular motion ceases, stops. So the temperature at which the molecular motion completely ceases or stops on the Kelvin scale is called absolute zero or zero Kelvin. And 0 Kelvin is equivalent to 0 Kelvin is equivalent to minus 273 degrees Celsius. So as you know that the value on Celsius scale, whatever value is there on Celsius scale will be converted to Kelvin if you add whatever value is there. So degree Celsius plus 273 is equal to the value in Kelvin. Okay, but if you want to convert Kelvin into Celsius, then whatever value is there in Kelvin, you have to subtract 273 from it, then you will get the value in Celsius. So if I want to convert 0 Kelvin, then I have to subtract 0 minus 273. It will be minus 273 degree Celsius. Okay, so this is how you will convert. I am giving you one more example. Suppose if you want to convert 13 Kelvin to Celsius, degree Celsius में convert करना है आपको इसको, then you have to subtract 273 from it, and then you will get minus 260 degree Celsius. This is the value in Kelvin, 13K. So Kelvin has to be converted, so you will subtract minus 273, और अगर इसी में अगर आपको 20 डिग्री सेल्सियस को कन्वर्ट करना है तो आप क्या करेंगे, 20 में 273 ऐड कर देंगे, and then you will get the value in Kelvin, that is 293 Kelvin. So this is how you will convert Celsius and Kelvin. Okay, now we'll understand what happens when you increase the pressure. So first of all, let's understand that what is the pressure of the gas. So the force exerted on this unit area of the wall of the vessel is the pressure of the gas. ये गैस के पार्टिकल्स हैं अंदर, ये जितना भी कोलिजन इस वॉल पे हो रहा है इसको हम प्रेशर ऑफ गैस बोलेंगे. दैट मीन्स द प्रेशर ऑफ गैस विच इज़ इनसाइड द क्लोज्ड वेसल. नाउ you have to understand this, that when the temperature of the gas is increased, keeping the volume constant, the kinetic energy increases, and therefore the average speed of the molecule also increases. Now the molecules will strike the wall of the container with great momentum. Momentum means, what is momentum? Mass into velocity. And the rate of collision of particles increases, thus the force also increases. तो अगर मोशन इंक्रीज करेंगे, काइनेटिक एनर्जी इंक्रीज करेंगे, तो प्रेशर भी इंक्रीज करेगा. ओके. अगर हम ये वाली वॉल मूवेबल कर दें, ये वॉल मूव करने लगे ऊपर की तरफ, तो इतना प्रेशर होगा कि ये यहाँ से मूव करके ऊपर चला जाएगा. So if one of the wall of the container is movable due to the increased pressure, the wall is pushed back and the gas expands. तो वॉल्यूम ऑल्सो इंक्रीजेज विद द इंक्रीज इन मॉलिकुलर मोशन. जैसे जैसे मोशन इंक्रीज होगा वैसे वैसे ये वॉल अगर मूवेबल है तो उसको पुश करता जाएगा और ये गैस जो है ऊपर की तरफ निकलती जाएगी. और लेकिन अगर हम एक्सटर्नल प्रेशर लगा के वॉल्यूम कम कर दें, यहाँ पे वॉल्यूम 6 लीटर है, वहाँ यहाँ वॉल्यूम 3 लीटर कर दें, यहाँ पे वॉल्यूम 2 लीटर कर दें, वी आर पुटिंग प्रेशर हियर. ओके. देन व्हाट विल हैपन? द वॉल्यूम विल रिड्यूस. यहाँ पे जो वॉल्यूम है, यहाँ पे एज यू कैन सी द वॉल्यूम विच इज़ देयर हियर, it is half. That means the number of collision will increase, so the pressure will increase. Pressure increases, volume decreases. तो वॉल्यूम कम हुआ तो प्रेशर इंक्रीज हो गया. प्रेशर इंक्रीज क्यों हुआ? क्योंकि अब ये जो मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं इनको कम स्पेस मिल रहा है, दे हैव गॉट अ लो स्पेस, और उसी में कोलिजन ज़्यादा हो रहा है इनका. ज़्यादा कोलिजन मतलब ज़्यादा प्रेशर. और कम कर दिया हमने, वॉल्यूम और कम कर दिया, 2 लीटर्स पे ले आए, तो प्रेशर देख रहे हैं आप 300 हो गया. यहाँ पे प्रेशर 200 था, यहाँ प्रेशर 100 था. तो जितना जितना वॉल्यूम कम होता जाएगा उतना प्रेशर इंक्रीज होता जाएगा. दिस मीन्स दैट वॉल्यूम इज इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू प्रेशर. इफ यू इंक्रीज द वॉल्यूम, pressure decreases. If you decrease the volume, pressure increases. और ये जो है यही है हमारा बॉयल्स लॉ. ओके. तो ये हम आगे पढ़ेंगे, अभी फ़िलहाल हम गैस लॉ पे जा रहे हैं. आई एम जस्ट एक्सप्लेनिंग यू दैट व्हाट हैपन्स व्हेन यू इंक्रीज द वॉल्यूम और डिक्रीज द वॉल्यूम, और इफ़ यू इंक्रीज द प्रेशर, तो गैस में क्या होता है. नाउ लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज़ गैस लॉ. बिकॉज ऑल गैसेस, कोई भी गैस ले लें आप, ऑक्सीजन ले लें आप, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ले लें आप, एनी गैस यू टेक, इफ़ यू हैव सिमिलर कंडीशन ऑफ प्रेशर, वॉल्यूम एंड टेम्परेचर, तो जो गैसेस हैं उनका बिहेवियर बिल्कुल सेम रहेगा. So the behavior of gas under known condition of pressure, volume and temperature is described by the law known as gas law. लेकिन ये जो gas law है, it is applicable to all gases. It does not change according to the gas. This is applicable to oxygen also. This is applicable to chlorine also. To all the gases it is applicable. जो यहाँ पे हम वेरिएबल्स पढ़ेंगे वो होंगे हमारे वॉल्यूम, प्रेशर एंड टेम्परेचर. So these are the variables which we will be studying under this category. And because all gases show similar physical behavior, they expand and contract equally under similar conditions of temperature and pressure. But here what has to be fixed? Mass has to be fixed. If you fix the mass and if you change pressure, volume or temperature, you will see the resulting change in other variables, because they all are dependent on each other, or they are in relation with each other. So let's see the first variable, which is volume. And what is the definition? It is the space occupied by the gas. तो जो वॉल्यूम है वो डेफिनेट नहीं है गैसेस का, because they can occupy whatever space you give them, they will occupy the whole space. So इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि volume of gas is always equal to the volume of its container. जिस भी कंटेनर में डालेंगे उसका जो वॉल्यूम होगा वही आपकी गैस का वॉल्यूम होगा. वॉल्यूम को मेजर करने के लिए वी हैव सम यूनिट्स, बट द स्टैंडर्ड इंटरनेशनल यूनिट इज मीटर क्यूब और क्यूबिक मीटर. तो क्यूबिक से छोटी हो गई क्यूबिक सेंटीमीटर, फिर मिलीमीटर, फिर क्यूबिक डेसीमीटर और लीटर. तो ये सारी, दीज 4 आर द यूनिट्स ऑफ. एंड हाउ डू यू चेंज दीज यूनिट्स? सो दिस इज द कन्वर्जन. यू कैन चेंज इट लाइक दिस, दैट 1 मीटर क्यूब इज 1000 dm cube, or it is equal to 1000 liters, and 1 liter is 1000 ml or 1000 centimeter cube. So if you have to convert 1 liter or any quantity in liter, you will multiply it with 1000. So, this way these conversions also you have to learn. Then the next variable is pressure. What is pressure? If I have to calculate the pressure of gas inside an enclosed container, then the force that the gas exerts per unit area on the wall of its container is the pressure of the gas. Okay, pressure of the gas is the pressure of the gas enclosed in the container. And similarly, another pressure, that is atmospheric pressure. It is the pressure which is exerted by the atmosphere. And what is atmosphere? It is a thick blanket of air which surrounds the planet Earth. So, this pressure which is exerted by the atmosphere on the surface of the earth is known as atmospheric pressure. You can calculate this atmospheric pressure by a unit known as 1 atmosphere, that is 1 atm. And what is the definition of 1 atmosphere? The pressure exerted by 76 centimeter of mercury at 0 degree Celsius. Gravity remaining, standard gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. So, this is how 1 atmosphere is calculated, and this is the definition of 1 atmosphere. Then the SI unit of pressure is Pascal, that is PA, and Pascal is defined as the pressure exerted when a force of 1 Newton acts on area of 1 meter square. So, this is known as Pascal. As you all know that pressure is force per area, that is force per area. So, force is in Newton and area is in meter square. So, Newton per meter square is known as the unit of pressure, and this Newton per meter square is known as Pascal, that is PA. Then the different units of pressure: Pascal, atm, in centimeter it is centimeter Hg, in millimeter it is Hg, and one more unit is torr, and this torr has come from the name of the Italian physicist Torricelli, who was Italian and he was a student of Galileo. So, you will study about him and his laws in higher classes, and 1 torr is approximately 133 pascals. So, let us see the relationship between the units. 1 atmosphere is equal to 76 centimeter Hg or 760 Hg, or it is equivalent to 760 torr. So, 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 torrs. These are the relationship between the units. The next variable is temperature, and what is temperature? It is defined as the degree of hotness of the gas. Then it is the temperature of the gas. And what is the scale which is used? It is Celsius scale, which is formerly known as centigrade scale. The 0 on Celsius scale is purely arbitrary. So, the 0 on Celsius scale is purely unexplainable why we have chosen it is random, because temperature of substance may go below 0 also, because it can go below 0. So, I do not know, so we do not know why this 0 is given on the Celsius scale. That means substances can have negative temperature also. So, the behavior of gas shows, so the behavior of gases show that it is not possible to have temperature below minus 273 degree Celsius, because before reaching this temperature all the gases either solidify or liquefy. So, we cannot reach this temperature, no gas can reach this temperature, and that is why this led to the formulation of new scale known as Kelvin scale, and the 0 on Kelvin scale means minus 273 degree Celsius. That means 0 Kelvin is equal to minus 273 degree Celsius. How can you convert? We have already studied this in the previous slides, that how we can convert Celsius to Kelvin or Kelvin to Celsius. Now, let us understand pressure and volume relationship. With this experiment, we will take a 10 ml syringe. This is 10 ml syringe which is fitted with a piston. So, this is piston. Piston you all know, जैसे पिचकारी में जो पीछे होता है, जो मूव करता है, उसको पिस्टन बोलते हैं, और जो सिरिंज होती है उसमें भी जो मूव करता है पार्ट, दैट इज नोन एज पिस्टन. रेज द पिस्टन टू 10 ml मार्क एंड रैप एन एडहेसिव टेप ओवर द नोजल. नोजल को आपको क्लोज करना है उसका रबर स्टॉपर लगा के, और उसको एडहेसिव टेप से क्लोज कर देना है, और इतना उसको ऊपर उठा लेना है. दैट मीन्स 10 ml पे एयर होनी चाहिए, मतलब ये जो पिस्टन है और ये इट शुड बी रेज्ड टू 10 ml Now we will put some weight, that is, and why we are putting weight? To put pressure on piston. Now when you put weight, this piston moves down and thus reduces this volume. If you put more weight, the piston moves further downwards, और आ जाएगा, यहाँ पे आ जाएगा ये piston, and the volume is further reduced. ये volume of air और कम हो गया. Now when you remove the weight one by one, तो धीरे धीरे ये piston अपने आप वापस ऊपर को जाने लगेगा और अपनी ओरिजिनल प्लेस पे आ जाएगा. And why? Because you have removed the weight, and you will notice that on decreasing the pressure, piston moves upward. As such, the volume of the air increases. तो फिर से volume increase होके उसी जगह पे आ जाएगा. So what is the conclusion for this experiment? The conclusion is if you increase the pressure, that is P, temperature remaining constant, temperature is constant here. So if you increase the pressure, there is decrease in the volume decreases, and here mass is also fixed, mass is fixed. So here mass is also constant or fixed. So keeping temperature constant and mass fixed, when we increase the pressure, there is decrease in volume, and if we decrease the volume, if we decrease the pressure, there is increase in volume. So this was the pressure and volume relationship in gases, and let's see how it can be placed in a law. So Robert Boyle studied the systematic study of pressure and volume relationship, and then he has given a law in 1662. In 1662 he gave a law. So he gave this law where volume of a given amount of gas, when I say given amount of gas means fixed mass of gas which is dry, which is held at constant temperature, varies inversely with pressure. That means pressure is inversely proportional to volume. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? Increase in volume gives you decreased pressure, and decrease in volume gives you increased pressure. Now you have to understand this. So let's see what is Boyle's law. That pressure is inversely proportional to volume. If pressure increases, volume decreases. If pressure decreases, volume increases. So this is Boyle's law. Now we can also write it like this, that if I double the pressure, the volume becomes half, right? And if I make the pressure 4 times, then the volume becomes 1/4. तो इसी रिलेशनशिप को हम इस तरह से भी लिख सकते हैं, द सेम रिलेशनशिप, कि अगर हम 4V लें, दैट इज़ वॉल्यूम, अगर वॉल्यूम को हम 4 टाइम्स कर दें तो हमारा प्रेशर जो है वो 1/4 हो जाएगा, क्योंकि P इज़ इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू 1V भी लिख सकते हैं हम, और इसका उल्टा भी लिख सकते हैं, ये भी लिख सकते हैं V इज़ प्रोपोर्शनल, इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू प्रेशर. तो दोनों लिख सकते. दिस वॉज फाउंड बाय Robert Boyle. Now why it is happening, that we can understand with the kinetic theory of Boyle's law. When a gas is compressed, that means volume is decreased. Compressed का मतलब यहाँ पे है volume को decrease करना. Volume decreases. So the molecules have less volume and they hit the wall of the container more frequently. So ये जो hitting है इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Pressure. So pressure increases. Got it? So volume जब यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे जो ये आपको एक बड़ा कमरा दे दिया जाए, उसमें आप एक दूसरे से कोलाइड कर रहे हैं, स्टूडेंट्स बहुत सारे हैं उस कमरे में और कोलाइड कर रहे हैं, और वॉल में कोलिजन है वो थोड़ा कम होगा. लेकिन अगर वही कमरा छोटा कर दिया जाए और उतने ही बच्चे हों, और अगर वो वॉल पे कोलाइड करेंगे तो कोलिजन्स ज़्यादा होंगे, क्योंकि उनके पास स्पेस कम होगी. तो इस तरीके से यहाँ पे वॉल्यूम इंक्रीजेस, pressure decreases, and here volume decreases, pressure increases. This is known as Boyle's law, and this is the kinetic theory of Boyle's law. Kinetic theory means explanation in terms of molecular motion. Decrease the volume, make it half, then what will happen? The same number of particles will have half the space, and thus they will strike the wall of the container more frequently, and that is why you will have increased pressure and decreased volume. Now let's understand the mathematical expression of Boyle's law. What is Boyle's law? Boyle's law is that volume is inversely proportional to pressure, or pressure is inversely proportional to volume. And you all know that when we remove this proportionality sign and put equal to, there is always a constant which comes. ये rule है कि आपको अगर आप साइन ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी इसको हटाना चाहते हैं और इसकी जगह इज इक्वल टू लगाना चाहते हैं तो यहाँ पे आपका एक कांस्टेंट आ जाएगा. तो उसी तरीके से v के बाद अगर हम इज इक्वल टू 1/p करेंगे तो यहाँ पे एक चीज़ आ जाएगी जिसको हम बोलेंगे k. एंड व्हाट इज k हियर? k इज इक्वल टू कांस्टेंट. और वी कैन राइट इट लाइक this p is in division here, so it will go here multiplication, so it will make pv is equal to k. That means the product of pressure and volume is always constant. So product of p and v, that is pressure and volume, is always constant, which is k here in this case. Now suppose the gas occupies volume v1 when its pressure is p1, and then V2 is the volume occupied when the pressure is P2, but at the same temperature or same given mass. So P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 is equal to constant. So this P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 is equal to constant is known as Boyle's law equation. So this is Boyle's law equation, and it can be said that the product of volume and pressure of a given mass of dry gas at constant temperature is constant. So this is Boyle's law, and now we'll see the graphical representation of Boyle's law, and then we will be solving some numericals. So the graphical verification of Boyle's law, we will be plotting three graphs: volume versus 1 upon P, volume versus P, and PV versus P. So first I am going to plot a graph for volume versus pressure graph. So let's see what is volume versus P here. Now before plotting the graph between pressure and volume, I'll take one example. Suppose the pressure of the gas and the volume of the gas, which is the constant. Suppose if I take pressure as 1 atmosphere and volume as 100 liters, so the constant will be 100. But if I increase the pressure to 2 atmosphere, then because constant will remain same, that is 100, so the volume becomes 50 liters. If I make it 4 atmosphere, the same, it will become 25 liters. And if I make it 10 atmosphere, then it will become 10 liters to give a constant. So these same values, I will be plotting the graph with the same values here. So on x axis I have taken pressure, on y axis I have taken volume. प्रेशर हमारा था यहाँ पे 1 कर लिया हमने, ये 1 है, ये 2 है, ये 4 है, ये 10 है. ठीक है, बीच में आप अपना 3 then 5 then 6 like that you can take. Volume, first it was 10, 25, 50 and 100. So let's start plotting the graph. When pressure was 1, volume was 100, तो ये हो गया, ये हमें डॉट मिल गया. जब प्रेशर 2 था तो वॉल्यूम 50 लीटर्स आ गया, तो प्रेशर ये हमें डॉट मिल गया. जब प्रेशर 4 था तो वॉल्यूम 25 लीटर्स था, और जो प्रेशर 10 था तो वॉल्यूम भी 10 था. नाउ कनेक्टिंग ऑल द डॉट्स, सो नाउ वी विल join these dots, and what we get is a curve like structure. This is known as, so we will get a curve, and this curve is known as hyperbolic curve, and the term isotherm is used for this graph. Isotherm, आइसोथर्म। आइसोथर्म का मतलब हुआ, आइसो मीन्स सेम और थर्म मीन्स टेम्परेचर, बिकॉज दिस कर्व इज एट सेम टेम्परेचर, कीपिंग द टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट था, यहाँ पे हमारा टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट था, T was constant and mass was also constant. तो ये हमारा बन गया आइसोथर्म, दैट इज एट सेम टेम्परेचर यू विल गेट अ हाइपरबोलिक कर्व। तो ये था हमारा between pressure and volume, the curve between pressure and volume. Now we will see the next curve. Now we will see the next graph, PV versus P, that is pressure and volume, जो कि हमेशा कांस्टेंट है, और प्रेशर जो कि 1 है, 2 है, 4 है, 10 है। अब इसका हम ग्राफ प्लॉट करेंगे। तो चलिए एक्स एक्सिस पे हमने यहाँ पे प्रेशर ले लेते हैं। प्रेशर हमारा 1, 2, 4, 10, और यहाँ पे ले लिया हमने PV, और PV यहाँ पे इस टेबल के अकॉर्डिंग हम अभी फिक्स ले रहे हैं 100, ये यहाँ पे 100 है। तो ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमने 10 ले लिया था, यहाँ पे हमने 50 ले लिया था, और ये 100 ले लिया। तो जब प्रेशर 1 था तो PV कितना था, विच इज़ K, दैट इज़ P इंटू V की वैल्यू कितनी थी, 100। तो जब 1 था तब भी 100 था, जब 2 हुआ तब भी 100 हुआ, जब 4 था तब भी 100, जब भी 10 था 100। तो इट विल ऑलवेज बी अ स्ट्रेट लाइन विच विल बी पैरेलल टू द प्रेशर एक्सिस। तो ये प्रेशर एक्सिस है और इसके हमेशा ये पैरेलल रहेगा ये वाला ग्राफ। दैट इज व्हेनेवर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ P and V is constant, so the graph between P versus PV will always be a straight line which will be parallel to the x axis। तो ये हो गया हमारा PV versus P। अब देखेंगे जो लास्ट ग्राफ है, लास्ट ग्राफ है हमारा 1, हमारा V वर्सेस 1 बाय P का ग्राफ बनाएंगे। तो V तो हमारा यही रहेगा 100, 50, 25 और 10। तो अगर हम प्रेशर को, जो कि हमारा 1 है, 2 है, 4 है और 10 है, अगर हम इसको 1 बाय P कर देते हैं तो लेट्स सी द चेंज इन द वैल्यूज़। सो पहले केस में 1 बाय 1 हो जाएगा P, क्योंकि हम P को 1 बाय P ले रहे हैं ना, 1 बाय P कर रहे हैं, तो ये हमारा 1 बाय 1 हो जाएगा। दूसरे केस में 1 बाय 2 हो जाएगा, इसमें हमारा 1 बाय 4 हो जाएगा, और इसमें हमारा 1 बाय 10 हो जाएगा। तो 1 बाय 1 की वैल्यू 1, 1 बाय 2 की वैल्यू 0.5, 1 बाय 4 की वैल्यू 0.25 और 1 बाय 10 की वैल्यू 0.1। तो ये तो वैल्यू हो गई हमारी 1 बाय P की, जिन्हें हमें ग्राफ में यूज़ करना है। तो ये 1 बाय P ले लिया हमने इसमें। 1 बाय P विल बी 0.1, 0.25, 0.5 and 1, and the volume is same as it was, 10, 25, 50 and 100। तो जब प्रेशर 1 बाय P हो गया, 1 हो गया, ये डॉट मिल गया हमें। जब प्रेशर 1 बाय 1 दैट इज़ 1 था तो वॉल्यूम हमारा कितना था, 100, तो ये 100 आ गया। जब हमारा प्रेशर 1 बाय 2 आया दैट इज़ 0.5, तो वॉल्यूम 50 था, ये मिल गया डॉट। जब प्रेशर 1 बाय P मतलब 2.25 था तो वॉल्यूम 25 था, ये आ गया। और जब 1 बाय P दैट इज़ 1 बाय 10 दैट इज़ 0.1 हुआ तो वॉल्यूम 10 था, तो ये आ गया पॉइंट। और अब इस लाइन को हम जब पास करेंगे तो इट विल बी अ straight line passing through the origin is obtained. So these are the 3 graphs which are there, that is graphical verification of Boyle's law. This is V versus 1 by P, and then we had V versus P, which is hyperbolic curve, isotherm. then we have PV versus P. So this way you can get the graphical representation of Boyle's law. So this straight line which is passing through the original means that the volume is inversely proportional to pressure. Okay. So this is meaning of this straight line passing through the origin, which states that, which shows that the volume is inversely proportional to pressure. V is inversely proportional to pressure. So you will get a straight line passing through the origin. Now let's see some significance of Boyle's law. As you all know that pressure and volume are inversely proportional. Pressure increases, volume decreases. So when we go higher and higher above the surface of the earth, the thickness of the air becomes less. That is the density. यहाँ पे हम density का concept लगाएंगे. Density क्या हो रही है हमारी? Density is directly proportional to pressure. That means pressure increases, density also increases. Pressure decreases, density decreases. तो चूँकि pressure और density डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, तो जैसे जैसे हम ऊपर जा रहे हैं, हायर एल्टीट्यूड पे जा रहे हैं, तो प्रेशर कैसा होता जा रहा है? प्रेशर इज डिक्रीजिंग. On the higher altitude, pressure is decreasing. That means if pressure is decreasing, density is also decreasing. तो less air मिलेगी आपको, और less air मिलेगी तो ऑक्सीजन भी less मिलेगा आपको. इसलिए क्या होगा? Mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders with them. तो ये पहला significance है Boyle's law का, that because atmospheric pressure is low, so because the atmospheric pressure is low, pressure low है ऊपर, एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर लो है तो डेंसिटी भी लो है, और जब डेंसिटी लो है तो एयर लेस डेंस है, सो लेसर क्वांटिटी ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इज अवेलेबल फॉर ब्रीदिंग, एंड दैट इज द रीजन, रीजनिंग का क्वेश्चन है QR, दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई माउंटेनियर्स कैरी ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर्स विद देम. चूंकि बॉयल्स लॉ में हमने क्या बोला है कि प्रेशर इंक्रीजेस, वॉल्यूम डिक्रीजेस, राइट. लेकिन जब आप एक बलून को, व्हेन एयर इज ब्लोन इन द बलून, volume or pressure, volume and pressure both increase, correct? When you blow the air, when air is blown, then volume and pressure both are increasing. तो इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? Boyle's law is violating here. It seems that Boyle's law is violated, is proven wrong, but it is not. Why? Boyle's law is not violated. Boyle's law is only for fixed mass of gas. If it is fixed mass of gas, then only Boyle's law will be obeyed. आप क्या कर रहे हैं? जैसे आप बलून में और हवा डाल रहे हैं तो you are increasing the mass. So when mass increases, that means the more air is blown into the balloon. So it is not violating the Boyle's law. So why is Boyle's law not applied while a balloon is blown with air? This is also reasoning ka question. And what is the explanation here? Boyle's law says that absolute pressure exerted by specific mass of an ideal gas is inversely proportional to the volume it occupies. But when you blow up the balloon, you do not have specific mass because you are blowing the gas, you are increasing the mass of gas inside the balloon with every blow. That means Boyle's law will not be followed here. इसमें Boyle's law follow नहीं होगा, तो इसीलिए Boyle's law does not apply when balloon is blown with the air. Now we will do some examples of Boyle's law. Boyle's law equation आपको याद रखनी है. इसमें हमें P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, ये हमारी Boyle's law equation है, और इसी पे बेस्ड होके हम सारे न्यूमेरिकल्स करेंगे. सबसे पहले पहला एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ सम एग्जाम्पल्स. फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल, अ गैस ऑक्यूपाइज 800 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. दैट मीन्स वॉल्यूम V1 is equal to 800 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब अंडर 760 mmHg प्रेशर, यानी P1 is equal to 760 mm of Hg. Find under what pressure? तो P2 is equal to ask, and volume 2 will be 380 centimeter cube. So this is what is given, and after this given we will see what how we will put Boyle's law. Boyle's law equation क्या होगी हमारी, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Put the values. P1 is 760 multiplied by 800 because V1 is 800 is equal to P2 which is given, so we will make it P2 only and multiply it by 380. Now 380 which is here in multiplication will go in division here, so it will be 760 multiplied by 800 upon 380 is equal to P2. Now you cancel out, and after cancelling out you will get the answer as 1600. So P2 will be 1600, and this was because of mmHg, so this value will be mmHg. So what is P2? That is, the answer here will be 1600 mm of Hg, and then you can convert it to centimeter Hg, to 160 cm of Hg. So this was example 1. Let's see example 2. So let's see another example. A gas occupies 600 centimeter cube under a pressure of 700 mm Hg. So that means, so V1 is equal to 600 centimeter cube, P1 is equal to 700 mm of Hg. Find under what pressure, that means P2 भी पूछा हुआ है हमारा, and the volume of the gas will be reduced by 20% of its original volume. तो original volume था 600, सबसे पहले इसका 20% निकाल लो, it will be 120 and now reduce to 20%, यानी इस 120 को 600 में से माइनस करेंगे, तो हमारा माइनस करने के बाद हमारा जो नया वॉल्यूम आएगा वो होगा 480 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. Now putting up the Boyle's law equation, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. तो P1 is 700, V1 is 600, P2 is asked and V2 is 480. तो फिर से वही करेंगे, ये 480 यहाँ डिवीजन में आ जाएगा, सो 700 इंटू 600 डिवाइडेड बाय 480 इज इक्वल टू P2. कैंसिल आउट कर देंगे, कैंसिल आउट करने के बाद जो हमारा आंसर आएगा दैट विल बी 875 mm of Hg. So the answer to this numerical, will be 875 mm of Hg. Now let's see another example. The capacity of one cylinder is 4 dm cube and the other is 1 dm cube. The pressure in the first cylinder is 560 mm of Hg and the second is 1000 mm of Hg. Now both the cylinders are containing carbon dioxide are connected together by a tube fitted with a tap. Find out the final pressure in either cylinder on opening the tap if the temperature remains constant. तो यहाँ पे समझना पड़ेगा कि दो cylinders हैं and they are connected with the tap और एक हमारा 4 dm क्यूब का है और एक 1 dm क्यूब का है. तो टोटल अगर हम टैप ओपन करते हैं तो दोनों का जो टोटल वॉल्यूम है, total volume will be 5 dm cube. Okay, but this numerical will be doing cylinder wise. Let's take this is first cylinder, this is the second cylinder. So for first cylinder जिसमें आपने P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 किया है, तो pressure in the first cylinder was 560 and the volume was 4 dm cube, that is 4. अब हमने चेंज किया तो जो प्रेशर था हमारा वो हमें पता नहीं है और जो वॉल्यूम था वो टोटल वॉल्यूम हमारा 5 है. जो नया वॉल्यूम चेंज हुआ है जब दोनों सिलेंडर को फिट करने के बाद फाइनल जो हमारा वॉल्यूम आया है वो हमारा 5 आया है. तो V2 विल बी 5. पहले 4 था लेकिन उसके साथ एक और सिलेंडर मिल गया 1 dm क्यूब का, तो दोनों मिलके वॉल्यूम कितना जनरेट कर रहे हैं 5. तो इससे हमारा क्या निकल आएगा, P2 निकल आएगा एंड दैट विल बी 448 mm of Hg. तो अब हमें इस सिलेंडर का वॉल्यूम भी पता चल गया है, दैट इज पहले से पता था 4 dm³, और अब हमें इस सिलेंडर का प्रेशर भी पता चल गया है 448 mm ऑफ Hg। तो इस चीज़ को हम यहाँ लिख लेंगे। एंड नाउ फॉर द सेकेंड सिलेंडर ऑल्सो वी विल डू द सेम थिंग। इस सिलेंडर के साथ भी यही होगा, इस तरह से P1 V1। तो इनिशियल जो प्रेशर था 1000 था, और जो इनिशियल वॉल्यूम था वो 1 था, 1 dm³, इसमें था 1 dm³, इसमें था 4, तो 1, और P2 हमें निकालना है, और V2 इसका भी दोनों मिलके 5 हो जाएंगे सेम। तो इसमें हमारा जो P2 निकलेगा वो निकलेगा 200 mm ऑफ Hg। तो पहले P2 इसमें था 448, इसका P2 है 200 mm ऑफ Hg। तो अब हम क्या करेंगे, फाइनल प्रेशर होगा हमारा दिस प्लस दिस, क्योंकि दोनों सिलेंडर साइमल्टेनियसली काम कर रहे हैं। जब आप ओपन करेंगे टैप तो फाइनल प्रेशर जो होगा दैट विल बी 448 प्लस 200, एंड 448 प्लस 200 विल बी 648 mm of Hg. So this is the final pressure after opening the tap. Let's see another example. The volume of a given mass of a gas with some pieces of marble in the container at 750 mm Hg pressure, यानी P1 दे दिया और ये V1 है 100 ml. If the pressure is changed to 1000 mm Hg, यानी ये P2 आ गया. The new volume is 80 ml, that is V2. तो हमें इसमें निकालना है क्या है, वॉल्यूम ऑक्यूपाइड बाय द मार्बल पीसेस इफ द टेम्परेचर रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट। तो जब हमें पता नहीं है तो हम उसको वॉल्यूम को मान लेंगे, विल अज्यूम। सो लेट वॉल्यूम ऑफ मार्बल बी V ml, है ना, V ml मान लिया हमने इसको, वॉल्यूम ऑफ मार्बल को। अब हमें इसमें कुछ नहीं करना है, जो हमारा V1 था 100 ml उसमें से हमें माइनस V ml करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि मार्बल ने ऑक्यूपाई कर रखा है वो स्पेस, और 80 ml में से भी माइनस V ml करना पड़ेगा। तो हमारी जो नई आएंगे P1 V1 वो इस तरह से होंगे। P1 तो हमारा रहेगा सेम, दैट इज 750 mm ऑफ Hg। P2 भी हमारा रहेगा सेम जो दिया हुआ है, दैट इज 1000 mm ऑफ Hg, लेकिन V1 जो रहेगा वो होगा हमारा 100 माइनस V, और V2 हमारा होगा 80 माइनस V। और हमने माइनस V क्यों करा, क्योंकि मार्बल का जो वॉल्यूम था वो इंक्लूडेड था, बिकॉज द पीसेज ऑफ मार्बल वर देयर इन द कंटेनर। तो अगर हमें ओरिजिनल वॉल्यूम निकालना है तो मार्बल का वॉल्यूम उसमें से माइनस करना पड़ेगा, और वॉल्यूम का जो मार्बल का वॉल्यूम है वो हमने V ml माना है, तो इसलिए V1 में से 100 में से V माइनस कर देंगे, और V2 में से 80 में से V माइनस कर देंगे। तो ये हमारी गिवन आ गया। अब मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 100 माइनस V इज इक्वल टू 1000 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 80 माइनस V। तो ये तो हमारी इक्वेशन आ गई, जो हमारी इक्वेशन बनी है। और अब हम इसको जब सॉल्व करेंगे, माइनस 750 को V से करेंगे तो 750 V, उसी तरीके से 1000 इंटू 80 ये हो गया, और माइनस 1000 V। सो बाय इंटरचेंजिंग वी विल गेट दिस, एंड हियर 80,000 माइनस 75,000 will be 5,000, and 100 V minus 750 V will be 250 V. So V will be 5,000 divided by 250, and you will get the answer as 20. So this way the required volume will be 20 ml. तो ये हमारा required volume हो गया 20 ml का. Do another example of Boyle's law. So volume of certain amount of gas at this temperature and this pressure is this, that is V1. So V1 is equal to 80 ml. V1 is 80 ml. The gas is expanded to 160 ml. That means V2 is equal to 160 ml. Pressure was 100 centimeter Hg pressure. That is P1 is equal to 100 centimeter of Hg, and P2 is asked. तो डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है, P1 V1 इज इक्वल टू P2 V2 कर देंगे इसमें, तो P1 की जगह डाल देंगे वैल्यू 100 और V1 की जगह डाल देंगे 80. P2 will be, P2 is asked and V2 is 160. तो जब हम इसको कैंसिल आउट करेंगे, यानी कि यहाँ पे 160 को लगा देंगे, सो द आंसर बिकम्स P2 is equal to 50 centimeter Hg. So easy numerical. So this way direct question where all the volumes, both the volumes and pressure is given. Now we'll take another example. 74, that means this is volume V1. V1 कितना है? 74 centimeter cube and the pressure, that is P1, is 760 mm of Hg. If the pressure is decreased to 740 mm, यानी P2 दे दिया इन्होंने 740 mm, तो what would be the volume? तो V2 is asked. चलिए हमें गिवन पता चल गया, अब हम जल्दी से अपनी इक्वेशन लगाएंगे. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So 760 multiplied by 74 divided by 740 is equal to V2. तो इसमें हमारी V2 की जो वैल्यू निकल के आएगी वो आएगी 76 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. So this is the answer of this numerical. Now let's see another example. Here student performed an experiment to measure pressure and volume of the gas and these are the values. So for this we will see the first part. This is P1, P2, V1, V2 using the gas law, Boyle's law, putting the values, getting the value of X as 64 centimeter cube. Now to find out the value of Y, we will take this P1, P2, V1, V2, putting the value 200, that is P1 multiplied by V1, that is 40, and P2 is Y multiplied by 32. To find out the value of Y, it will be 200 into 40 divided by 32, which will be, the value will be 250 mm of Hg. So this is B1, this is P1, and then if the pressure of the gas is increased by 25%, so first you will take out 25% of 760, which comes out to be 190, and then increase हुआ है तो इस 760 में 190 आप ऐड कर देंगे. So the new then P2 will be 950. So now you have got P2 also. Then you have got, this is P2, this is P1, that is 760, V1 is 400. Find out V2. So very easy, you can do it like this. So a vessel of capacity 600 centimeter cube. This is V1. 600 centimeter cube is V1. Contains hydrogen gas at a pressure of 330 centimeter Hg. So this is P1. So this pressure of 330 centimeter Hg is P1. Now what will be the pressure of hydrogen gas when the vessel is connected to another vessel of 300 centimeter cube capacity? That means V1 तो हो गया आपका 600 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, लेकिन V2 क्या होगा? V2 होगा ये 600, क्योंकि उसके साथ एक सिलेंडर और ऐड कर दिया है तो 300 इसके साथ ऐड हो जाएगा और ये हो जाएगा आपका 900 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. सो दिस इज़ V2. बाकी आपको P2 निकालना है तो आप कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे. दिस इज़ V1, दिस इज़ P1, दिस इज़ V2 और P2 आप निकाल लेंगे. ओके जब कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर जहाँ पे भी आपको दिखाई दे कि कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर है तो इसका मतलब वो बॉयल्स लॉ है. ओके इन एनी न्यूमेरिकल अगर आपने पहले कहीं दिया भी हुआ है कि द एट दिस टेम्परेचर एट 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस दिस इज़ P, दिस इज़ प्रेशर, दिस इज़ वॉल्यूम, और उसके बाद में उन्होंने कह दिया कि बाद में उन्होंने कह दिया कि कीपिंग द टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट. तो जहाँ पे भी कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर लगेगा तो आपको ध्यान रखना है कि ये बात जो कर रहे हैं वो बॉयल्स लॉ की कर रहे हैं. दिस इज़ P1. इफ़ द वॉल्यूम इज़ डिक्रीज्ड बाय 40%, दैट मीन्स पहले तो वॉल्यूम दिया ही नहीं हुआ है और फिर उन्होंने बोला है कि 40% डिक्रीज हो गया जो वॉल्यूम आपने जो भी था इनिशियल वॉल्यूम, तो हमने V1 ले लिया, x मान लिया हमने इसको, और जो नया वॉल्यूम है दैट इज़ V2, इट इज़ डिक्रीज ऑफ 40% ऑफ x। तो सबसे पहले x का 40% हमने निकाला, सो 40% ऑफ x विल बी 2x बाय 5। तो ये तो सिर्फ 40% निकला। अब इस 40% को हमें डिक्रीज है ना ये, तो हम x में से इसको माइनस करेंगे तब V2 निकलेगा। ओके, बिकॉज दिस इज जस्ट द डिक्रीज, मतलब 40% डिक्रीज हुआ है तो पहले हमने 40% निकाला, ये 40%, दिस इज 40%, और अब ये 40% डिक्रीज हुआ है तो x माइनस 2x अपॉन 5। तो इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो ये हो जाएगा आपका 5x माइनस 2x दैट इज 3x अपॉन 5। तो ये आ गया हमारा V2, दिस इज V2। व्हाट इज V2? 3x बाय 5। नाउ लेट पुट द वैल्यू। सो P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So P1 is 1080, V1 is x, P2 is asked, and V2 is 3x by 5. Now let's solve this. So this 5 will go here and this 3x will come down. So it will be 1080. So from this x cancels and this 3 cancels as 360 here, and 360 into 5 is 1800. So this is the answer, that is at 1800 mm of Hg. So this way you can solve the numericals. So we finish the Boyle's numericals which are based on Boyle's law. Practice some more questions so that you get the clear concept.